Good day, everybody. Wanted to just share a few of the recent headlines that seem to have taken people off a bit, such as realtors agree to axe 6% commissions in the NAR lawsuit settlement, or as NAR settles, real estate braces for a seismic shift, or even everything you know about commissions is poised to change as NAR reaches a massive $418 million settlement. So goodbye, 6% commissions, goodbye. And oh, by the way, there's a whole lot of people that are going to get out of this, as another headline says, because brokers will probably quit. So, guys, really, what's changed since 10:15 a.m. on Friday? It was March 15th. If you really think about it, what changed and what you did differently today than what we did on Friday? And the answer is nothing, because here's what we know. Sellers are still selling, buyers are still buying. HRC companies are still charging 3% to the seller, 3% to the buyer. And the last I knew, that's still 6%. So, regardless of how the media wants to position this, it's going to be our job to go out there and present the proper picture, the positive picture, because for us in our areas in Michigan, nothing's changed. So, let's break this down a little bit. Really, when that announcement came out, there's a few things that are actually on the table. This still needs to be actually accepted by the courts to have this fully settled. So, what are those items? One, guys, this is the huge positive. No longer hanging over our heads is the liability for what this lawsuit was doing. Because in the reality, as you can see from my last bullet here, NAR has accepted well, let me rephrase that. NAR is continuing to deny any wrongdoing because we didn't do anything wrong. So that's huge. All of that is off our shoulders. What's a big change coming up mid-July? Compensation is going to be off of the MLS. So take the change we made at the beginning of the year. This settlement is now prohibiting us placing in the MLS any offer of compensation to a buyer's agent. It's prohibited. We cannot promote it there. Doesn't mean we can't promote it in other places, but it cannot be in the MLS. Kind of gives you what they're really trying to do. Written agreements with buyers. This is an interesting one. It requires that MLS participants, us, working with buyers, that we enter into written representation agreements with buyers. Now, guys, it's what we've been telling you that we needed to do. And we know previous history where things were at. Since the first of the year, we've already been on this. So, again, no change for us. And of course, the last part of the settlement was simply that NAR will pay $418 million. It'll be spread over 4 years, but it's a lot different than $1.8 billion. So that's really what's on the table. So, guys, again, let me emphasize, nothing changed. What you were doing on Friday before this announcement came out is the same that we're going to be doing currently. Mid-July, one big change for us. We'll no longer be able to promote the compensation to a buyer's agent. So then, gosh, if that's the situation, how are we going to collect our compensation? Well, what we know is we have a buyer representation agreement. And a buyer representation agreement says, buyer, you are going to see that I get paid 3%. Any money that I collect from the listing broker or the seller gets credited toward this amount. So nothing's changed, guys. It's just how we're going to now have to pursue that commission. Negotiation is going to become a key part for you. In negotiation may be in advance of the offer being made. Negotiation may be part of the offer. But you know the bottom line, our compensation could still come from the listing broker. It could still come from the seller. It could come directly from the buyer. And of course, the big question is, as we keep moving forward, what does the mortgage market going to allow? When there's mortgages, when there's people borrowing money, what are they going to allow? If it's cash, obviously it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, when you take a look at this, guys, is there any change? This is what I want you to remember. We haven't looked at anything that's a real change today other than what is likely to happen come mid-July. So moving forward, what's important to you? Number one, get educated. You need to learn and understand what has gone on with a settlement and how things are working, and be able to describe easily and confidently to the public that nothing's really changed. You need to be able to do this, okay? Which means we're building on our skills. We need the education first, then we can build our skills. It's going to be your ability to be able to present your value to buyers and sellers, along with your ability to be able to handle objections that may come up along with this. But build the skills with the education. And then, guys, you're going to have to be strong. You are going to have to be strong salespeople who are confident in your value, that you know that you're worth it, and develop the strong negotiating skills that are going to assist sellers, assist buyers, and really, quite important, is yourself. So, what's changed? Not much at all, guys. Here's what we know, and you might have seen it behind me here. KISS. Everybody knows that one. It's a KISS principle. Keep it simple, salesperson. Ain't nothing changed. All we need to do is the same thing that we did Saturday, Sunday, what we did Thursday, last week, Wednesday, the week before, what we've done for a long, long time. Just go talk to people and keep it simple, salesperson. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.